We'll make this transition to a different style of study as straightforward as possible. First, organize your study space. Everyone has a different home environment, so it's difficult to make hard and fast rules. However, there are certain basic guidelines about study spaces that should apply to most students. Try to keep whatever study space you have neat and tidy. This will help you stay calm and feel well organized and make it less likely that you will lose things. If you can, change your workspace to provide some variety, but avoid trying to work when lying down or in other situations where reading and writing is tricky or your posture is uncomfortable or slouched. If you share a space with other people, try to find a quiet area and let the others know that you're working so that they can keep disturbances to a minimum. Second, avoid distractions. Procrastination is always the enemy of effective study, and it's an even bigger danger when working at home with the temptations of social media, Netflix, Prime Video, and so on. For a start, move your phone some distance away so it's not instantly in your reach. Use it as a treat when you have achieved a particular task rather than as a constant companion. You could try using the Pomodoro method where you work for 25 minutes or so, then allow yourself to have a 5-minute break of phone time. Noise cancelling headphones may also help you to concentrate, or you could listen to some instrumental music. Lastly, it's important to make a daily timetable. It's easy to slip into a situation at home where work and leisure become blurred because there's no change of environment, school bus, home, or any of the other things that signify a change of activity. Work can spill into leisure time, and leisure can leak into times when you should be studying. To minimize these problems, make yourself a daily timetable that breaks up the day into a period of study. Make sure regular breaks are included, particularly a proper lunch break and some exercise. List the things that you want to achieve and then work out the best order. Maybe aim to do the most important task first and finish with something quite straightforward. Don't get frustrated if you don't get through your full list. Just take the unfinished task forward to the next day. Having said this, I'd like to wish you best of luck for your assessments. Now I'll be reading out today's agenda. Our star of the day for today's meeting is Mindmaster Anaga. We'll have a workshop which is going to be conducted by Mind Guru Murli Krishnan sir. Then we'll have an extempo session which is going to be conducted by Mindmaster Mrunmay. Then we'll have an evaluation session which is going to be conducted by Mindmaster Aisha. Then I'll be giving the closing remarks. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mind Master Manav, for setting the tone up for the session. So now let me invite great seminar from Indian International School, Bahrain, an astute person of details, a committed mind master, Mindmaster Anaga, the star of the day, to take us all through today's session. The virtual floor is all yours, Mindmaster Anaga.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I welcome all of you to this wonderful meeting. There is no right time in life, there is just time, and you get to choose what to do with it. I know most of you will be busy with exams and assignments as the long vacation is approaching. Sometimes we may feel like we are busy and doing nothing. Have anyone felt the same experience?
Yes.
Sometimes I got this realization when I get shouting from my father. So, don't wait for the right time. Have a better planning, good practice, and perform well. So, my dear mind masters, focus on being productive instead of being busy and wasting our precious time. Now, without wasting much time, let's move on to our educational session. So, first, we have the speech session conducted by Mind Master Manav. He's a 10th grader. He studies in Indian International School. He likes Python and is a certified ethical hacker. Please help me welcome Mind Master Manav.
Thank you, Mindmaster Anaga, for the wonderful introduction. Now, I'd also like to invite Mindmaster Omer, our timer for today, to get ready. Okay. So, our speaker for today is Mindmaster Aisha. She is a grade 9 student studying in International Indian School, Al Jubail. She's a dedicated mind master, interested in developing herself. Mind Master Aisha, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Mind Master Manav, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Mind Masters, Bala sir and Moli sir. I'm Mind Master Aisha, and today I'll be giving my Level 3 enhancement speech. I have selected the track Wealth, Module 1, Money, and the topic Evolution of Money. So, without wasting our time, let's get into it. Money, as we use it today, is a result of a long process. Its physical characteristics are worthless without the value that people place on it. We use it as a medium of exchange, allowing us to trade goods and services. Standard money did not always exist, and in its early ages, people utilized other forms to exchange goods and services. With the changing requirements of economies and evolution of technology, money and payments have changed considerably. As we speak, credit card transactions and digital currencies enable people to purchase goods and services virtually in a matter of seconds. On top of that, there are currently over 150 currencies worldwide. So let's start discussing the evolution of money. First and foremost, let's discuss the barter economy. When barter was used as an exchange medium, the needs of people were very limited. The barter system has had been used for centuries and it dates to 6000 BC. This trading method doesn't involve money and it relies solely on exchanging goods and services for other services and goods in return. Bartering was common among Mesopotamian tribes and was later adopted by Phoenicians. Belongings were exchanged for munition, herbs, food, and tea. Salt was considered a common exchange item, and Roman soldiers wanted it so much that their salaries were paid with it. Europeans traveled around the world to barter crafted items and furs in exchange for silks and perfumes. Livestock was as well demanded in bartering. If someone owned cows and sheep, it means they're wealthy. Next is commodity money. Similar to barter, commodity money under the same principle, with the only difference that societies placed different values on specific items. Let's assume that we have two farmers, X and Y. X is growing olives and Y is growing potatoes. Farmer X needs potatoes and offers farmer Y olives in exchange, but Y doesn't need olives at all. As a result, Y refuses the offer and the exchange fails. This was the main challenge of barter system. It was quite hard to agree on two goods to be exchanged. Therefore, common things like shells, salt, and pebbles were looked at as commodities for exchange. This enabled farmer X to sell his olives in exchange for shells, and with those shells, he could simply buy potatoes from farmer Y. Commodity money brought the birth of money in ancient times, and economies started to develop because of that. Next is metallic money, which is coins. As people were using commodity money more often, they identified new problems. This trading medium had three major common defects: indivisibility, heterogeneity, and perishability. They couldn't be kept for a long time, so people couldn't repay their loans or save it for other needs in the future. Besides that, commodities were not the same in every market, and trading with other regions was very difficult. King Alid of Lydia became the first to mint official currency in 600 BC. This currency was represented by coins made of silver and gold. Coins were stamped with pictures to avoid counterfeiting. Each coin had a different value, which made it easier for people to estimate the cost of items. As a result, this adopted currency helped Lydia's both internal and external trade, classifying it as one of the richest empires in Asia Minor. If you have heard the saying, as rich as Croesus, it refers back to the last Lydian king that issued the first gold coin. Soon after that, countries started to mint their own coins with different values. Next, one is paper money or representative money. Paper currency was first developed in Tang Dynasty, China, during the 7th century. But true paper money only appeared during the Song Dynasty in the 11th century. Marco Polo was the one that introduced the concept of paper money in Europe during the 13th century. Back then, paper money was used to buy goods and it operated in many ways, just like currency nowadays. The main difference was that currency was issued by banks and private institutions. Now the government is responsible for issuing money in almost all countries. Representative money was made and is currently made of materials with little no value. The real value was backed by a bank's promise to exchange that piece of paper for various goods, such as gold or silver. Next is credit money. As money became the main standard and societies started to realize that living a good life is dictated by a piece of paper, life was not safe anymore. Paper money had no protection from theft, and rich people were treated as targets by thieves. In response, a banking system was created. This model enabled people to save their earnings into a safe savings account and allocate loans for people in need. However, in its early ages, the biggest issue was that money lenders were exploiting poor people. As a result, banks took the responsibility to provide loans with some conditions. Electronic money or plastic money. Electronic money is what we know as credit or debit cards. It is a way to store currency electronically, and one can withdraw money by using an ATM. During the 1920s, individual firms in the US started to issue credit cards for customers. Purchases were only available internally at company locations. Nowadays, this model is used for businesses such as Starbucks. Customers receive a loyalty card on which they can add money and pay with it at any Starbucks location. They receive points with every purchase. Quite a long journey, isn't it? The evolution of money indicates technological and economic development. From exchanging cows and chickens to digital currencies, humankind never fails to adapt and find innovative alternatives. I hope you all liked my speech. With this, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you.
That was a wonderful speech, Mindmaster Aisha. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Overall, I enjoyed my time here as the speech conductor. I'd like to express my sincere thankfulness to the director training team for giving me this opportunity. Now, I'd like to hand over to our star of the day, Mindmaster Anaga. Over to you.
Thank you, Mindmaster Manav. That was indeed a wonderful speech session. Now, we have the workshop session conducted by Murli sir. He's an engineer by profession, he's a distinguished Toastmaster, and the founder director of Mind Academy. Please help me welcome Murli sir.
Thank you, Mindmaster Anaga, for that nice introduction. Mindmaster Anaga, all Mindmasters, co-founder of Mind Academy, Mr. Bala. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to all of you for who have joined from different parts of the world. Okay, so today, I'll be taking you through a session which is focused on mentoring. Okay, you all wanted to know what the impact of mentoring is and what are the benefits and do we need a mentor and how is it going to help you and all, right? So today we'll go and see about mentoring. Now, if I ask you, who is a mentor? Can you tell? Any one of you? Let the mics be on. Let your videos be on. Let's interact each other and see. Let's find out who a mentor is.
Teacher?
Yes, teacher is a mentor. Great.
So, in my opinion, a mentor is someone who guides you through various aspects of life.
Excellent. Someone who guides you through various aspects of life. Other answers?
Someone who shows us the right direction.
Someone who shows us the right direction. Exactly. Any other answers? All of them are right. Someone who guides us, someone who influences us, someone who inspires us, someone who is a role model, who helps us to achieve our goal, who helps us to reach, where we want to move forward in our life. Not necessarily is, particular person. It could be different persons in different areas. It could be, person who you don't directly know, but you know him, from a distance. So all of them who inspires you, who influences you to move forward in your life and reach a particular goal. They're all our mentors. Now let me move forward and show you a small video. Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Oh, let me play this. Can you see this?
I'd like to take the time to talk to you about a young man and his experience with developing into a great leader through the observations of inspired mentorship. It's well known that having the right types of mentors in our lives can help us open our eyes to choices and possibilities not yet developed in our own minds. These people help us realize that our dreams can become a reality by standing on the shoulders of giants. Sometime back, this young man found himself in a job that he felt he could really build a career with. This company had amazing culture, and the young man had all the great attributes to become a great leader. Integrity, principles, and the ability to care about the people around him. Soon the young man was moving his way up the company ladder and was now in a position in which he had a good amount of people working for him. He knew if he was going to become a great leader, he would have to continue to develop his skills and help the people around him do the same. As he looked to grow, he came across another great leader within the company, one that had a way with people and a deep passion for greatness. He would create a work environment that encouraged feedback, which in turn drove creativity and innovation. The young man knew that this was the type of leader he inspired to be. He watched his leader from a distance and let his leadership mentor his own. Then there came a time when the young man had the desire to thank this mentor for his great leadership. He found himself at an event with the mentor and knew that this was a great opportunity. He walked up, shook the man's hand, and said, "Thank you for all you do. You have helped me understand what great leadership looks like and inspired me to become a better version of myself." The young man was now older and running the company with great success. He was in his office when he heard a knock at the door. A young man came in and asked him for a few minutes of his time. He said, of course. The The young man sat down and said the same words he had told his mentor years before. Thank you for all you do. You have helped me understand what great leadership looks like and inspired me to become a better version of myself. See, mentors don't have to be a parent, a best friend, or a coach. There are great people in this world that do great things to encourage others to follow in their footsteps and do the same. Stand on the shoulders of giants and become a better version of yourself.
How was that?
That was an awesome video.
Firing.
Great.
That a good story.
So who is a mentor? Now tell me, who is a mentor? Someone
A
who
mentor is someone
Someone
from
to guide
whom you
somebody.
learn qualities that makes you better.
who inspires you to achieve or to convert or to transform yourself to your next best version, right? It could be anyone sitting somewhere far, not necessary that you need to see him daily, but someone who can inspire you, who can motivate you, who can encourage you and make you the best version of yourself, probably the next best version of yourself. That is what a mentor is. And to me, we all should have a mentor. Let me also take you to one more. You see this picture, what is it?
A kite.
It's a kite, right?
It's a
So
question.
let me tell you a short story. There was a father and a son. Okay. What they did, they went to a kite festival. There was a place where a kite festival was conducted. They went there. The small boy was very fascinated about a lot of colorful kites there in the sky. And he also wanted one. He said, "Father, can I have a kite?" The father bought him a kite. Father and him, they started, flying the kite. The kite went so high and it almost beat all the other kites around. And what was the one thing that was holding the kite in that position, in that high position? What is that?
So the person who was holding the kite.
The person who was holding. And what is there between the person who is holding that kite
A
and
string.
the thread, that string, right? The string is the one that holds the kite in its position, however high it is. But then the boy thought, maybe the string is the one which is holding the kite not to fly even higher. He said to his dad, why not we release it so that it can fly even higher than the other kites? What do you think, Mind Masters? Can it fly even high?
No.
Nope.
They went for an experiment and father accepted. The boy insisted him to release it. So they cut the string, and the kite, for a short period, it went higher and then it fell down. What does that shows? What
We
is it?
should always
We
have a
need
person
someone
who
to
can
support
guide.
us.
Mentor.
Exactly. The thread that, or the string that holds the kite. Give a round of applause. The string that holds the kite is the role of a mentor in our life. That is what helps all of us to be in the position that we are here. So this is the role of a mentor. If you remove the thread or the string, the kite cannot fly high. It will fall down, right? That is the role of a mentor. So all of us, it's important that we find a mentor who can hold us in that particular position so that our kite will always fly high. Let's take you forward and let's see who a mentor is. There are different attributes that we can associate to a mentor. And who is a mentor? A mentor is someone who has achieved something in a particular area, in a particular facet. Now we can have different mentors in all walks of life. Like, for example, for our study purpose, for adding a particular skill set in our life. We can have different mentors, but when you select them, they have to be someone who is expert in that field, who has done that before, who has achieved that before, who was successful in attaining that before. That is when they can transfer their experience and transfer their exposure to you. That's when they become a good mentor. So when we go for a mentor must have an experience that he has accomplished the task. He has achieved, he was successful there. That is point number one. Point number two, he will be a person who is unbiased. He will give you a complete picture about where you are traveling. He will not be biased. For example, if your parents, mother or father, they will always be biased towards you, right? Sometimes they'll feel like, no, he or she has done a better job. How can I say that she has not done a better job? But there are things that we need to improve. That's why you see the string. The string is not allowing the kite to fly high. That is exactly what a mentor will do. He will tell you an unbiased view about where you are moving. He will be having an open discussion with you and help you move forward in your life. That is aspect number two, where he'll be unbiased with you. Point number three is he or she is a person who helps you to improve your network, who has got a lot of contacts. If you want to, move forward in a particular aspect in life, let's say, for example, playing cricket or playing football. If you have a mentor, what happens? He will have a lot of people in that field who you don't know. So he will help you to take to different experts in that field. Football or cricket is just one example, but they're from any area. He's a person who knows different people from different parts of the world, and you get a global exposure. You get an international exposure because of his contacts and networking. So a mentor can bring you more mentors in your life. So that is point number three, which emphasizes the point that we all should have a mentor as we move forward in our life. Point number four, this is very important aspect. When I say free, there are, if you look around, there could be different coaching classes, people who gives you coaching for money. They are not genuine mentors. They will take money from you and they will give you coaching so that it suits your need. They will not be genuine. So those who can give you, tips and tricks of that particular area or whichever aspect you are looking for, and if they are giving for free, means that they are enjoying it. They are the real mentors. If you go to a coaching class or if you go to a consultant, they are doing a job for you. They may do a job for the money that you give to them. Not necessary that they are genuinely interested in helping you. They may not be unbiased. They could be biased. They want to make you feel happy. So if someone who is taking money from you, his intention is to make you happy. So if you make some mistakes in a particular aspect in life, they may be biased because they don't want to tell you the truth because you are giving them money. So find a mentor who works for you genuinely without taking any single penny. So that is why this aspect is very important. He has to be free. That is when the genuinity comes from the mentor. This is fourth important aspect that you should be looking in a mentor. Point number 5, being with a mentor, you get fresh ideas. You start thinking big. At times you feel like, this is my last resort. I don't have any further solutions for a particular problem. That is when mentor helps you to, bring to you an out-of-box thinking. He brings to you fresh ideas, and from there you kickstart again and you move forward. So this is another aspect which a mentor is going to bring to you. Moving forward, this is one of my favorite points. As we move forward in life, we tend to, leave things halfway. But what makes us different? What makes us travel the extra mile? What makes us succeed in any walk of life is this one quality of never giving up. Having perseverance. Perseverance is failing 19 times and still trying and succeeding the 20th time. This is what perseverance is. So if you have a mentor, mentor will push you again and again to ensure that you are successful. If you don't have a mentor, you may leave it halfway. But mentor, a genuine mentor who is doing his service free for you, genuinely you feel like he want you to succeed. He's a mentor which ensures that you are a person who has got a never give up attitude. And this perseverance is what is going to take you forward and help you succeed in life. So a mentor brings you perseverance. That is another aspect that you should be looking for. This is what keeps you moving forward in life and helps you become a successful person in whichever area you want to succeed. Another point is coming out of comfort. We all like to be in the comfort zone, right? Whichever things that we are doing, we feel more comfortable in a particular area. And coming out of the comfort zone takes a lot of dedication, takes a lot of determination. And if you have a mentor, he will ensure that you move out of comfort zone, because moving out of comfort zone is not an easy task at all. There are challenges that you are going to face. You may not be confident moving out of comfort zone. You think that other people may judge you. You think that I may fail. But believe me, if you are not willing to move out of your comfort zone, you are not going to achieve anything in life. So moving out of comfort zone, which we should make it as a habit. But if you have a mentor, this mentor is going to push you always out of your comfort zone. And if you see that picture that you see in the screen, there are 4 zones, like comfort zone, fear zone. Fear zone because you lack self-confidence. You don't know what's happening around. Now, when you cross the fear zone, you reach the learning zone, where you learn more and more. You acquire new skills so that you can grow in life and reach your dreams. You can reach your goals. You can accomplish your objectives in life. So if you are stuck up in comfort zone, you are never going to move away from that, and you will never reach the growth zone. A mentor is a person who is going to push you out of your comfort zone. If each one of us, if our parents didn't push us, even now, today, we will not be walking. Yes or right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We are not walking because our parents pushed us. So they were our mentors at that point in time. In life, you can get different mentors who can push us always out of our comfort zone. The moment you step out of our comfort zone, that is where we start growing ourselves. That is where the transformation starts in our life. So mentor is someone who helps you to push out of your comfort zone. And then you can save many things: time, effort, money, energy, because they have done all these things. They know about the failure. Always we got the example of Thomas Alva Edison, how many times he failed. But now we don't need to fail, right, to make an electric bulb. We already know. There is experience. This is what a mentor brings to the table. You can be right at first time because he is going to share his experience about his failure. You don't need to make we don't need to make the mistake again. There is a phrase that don't reinvent the wheel. What is that? It's already invented. You just take the message. And if you select a mentor, if you have a mentor who has traveled that path, who have succeeded that aspect in life, reaching his goal, you are going to save time, effort, money, energy, and you will be successful. This is what a mentor brings to you in your life. And we all of us have different goals, right? And we select mentors from different aspects because you want to achieve certain goal. Now, when you see the mentor, he is a person who has already accomplished that task. What does that mean? You are looking at a person who represents your goal, who represents a person who achieved your goal. So your goal is in front of you. You know how to reach there. That is what he brings. That is how we select mentors, right? If you want to learn mathematics, you go to a person who is expert in mathematics and you can learn from him. So that is your goal. He represents your goal. He can bring so many things to your table. His experience, his exposure, everything he brings in. So he is a representation of your goal. That is what mentors bring to the table. Then this is probably the most important factor that we should be looking in a mentor, the core values. If the value system is not matching, then that mentor is not probably a suitable. He may be a good person in that particular field, but the most important factor that you have as a mentee that you have to see in your mentor is the core values. Because if the core values don't match, there will not be any inspiration, there will not be any encouragement, there will not be any motivation for you. So try to align your values with that of mentor. So if you're finding a mentor, ensure that your core values are in sync with those of mentor. But then there's a catch here. What is the catch? What's the catch here? We should know what our core values are, right? Then only we can see how the core values of a mentor is in sync with you or not. So these are all the different attributes of a mentor. So when you look for a mentor, this is all that you should be expecting from him. So if these facets are not fulfilled, then he or she is not going to be a good mentor for you. So when that is done, let us see how to select a mentor. Can anyone be a mentor for you?
No.
No, sir.
Can anyone be a mentor for you?
No, sir.
No. How do you select a mentor then? If anyone cannot be a mentor? Any idea? Any clue? Okay, let me tell you. Before we select a mentor, we must have a self-awareness about ourselves. Correct? We should, as I said in the previous slide, we should know our core values. We should know what our passion is. We should know what our interest is. We should know what kind of a person are we. So those are the self-awareness about who we are. So we should be aware about that. That is point number one. Point number two, there are different people who are expert in different fields. So we should know which area are we looking for to accomplish a specific goal. An expert in cricket cannot be your psychological mentor, right? Or a person who can, ensure your personality development. A person who plays cricket can help you in enhancing your cricketing skills. We cannot expect him to be a personality enhancement guy. So we must focus on which area we need to enhance. That is point number two. Point number three is we need to understand more about the area that we are looking forward. Because when you approach a mentor, when you approach a very professional mentor, he is going to discuss with you about a lot of things. So before you reach to him, we must know that we are up to the, at least up to some level, so that we can start discussing with him. So if you want to learn cricket, you must be at least a decent player who know different things about rules of the game, who plays cricket at some level, right? Not the level of an expert, but at least you must be knowing how to play cricket. Then only you can reach and talk and understand more about that particular facet from the mentor. So gaining knowledge is very important. So if you want to enhance a particular aspect in life, and if you're looking for a mentor to enhance that particular aspect, so what you should be looking forward is try to understand your strength, understand the area that you want to enhance, and dig deep and find more about that area where you are looking for a mentor. And then go ahead and find the right mentor. So before you go and find the right mentor, there are certain homework that we need to do before you start going and finding who the right mentor is. Now there are certain tips when you're going to find the right mentor. And what are they? That's like one second. It's visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we must know the success stories of that particular person, what he has done in that field, how he achieved that. Because you remember that video, what it said? It said they are the people who inspires us. So how we get inspired if we don't know what they have done? So we need to know what they have achieved in their life and how they achieved that, whatever they achieved. So try to learn their success stories. Try to learn their books if they have. Try to learn things that they have done. And then understand them in a much deeper level. What kind of a person he or she is. What are their core values? Because now you know your core values. Try to understand what their core values are. Then the fourth important point is, are they offering you some tips and tricks for free? You can get consultants, but consultants may not be unbiased. They will be biased. They want you to be happy always. So a mentor can tell you your flaws only if they are genuine, if they are unbiased. So that comes from when they offer their services free. But for them, you can also do something, work for them. There could be certain tasks which you can do. When you select a mentor, select someone who is genuine, who is free, but in return, you can do some job for them so that you will be part of their daily exercise. Talk to them what they are doing on regular basis and where they are stuck up. Maybe you can help them out. You learn by doing. And the most important point is, try to convey the message that you are serious about mentoring and you are coachable. That means when mentor tells you something, you must prove him that, yes, I'm going to take whatever you say. I'm going to work upon whatever you say and try working on them and improve. That is when you create a rapport between mentor and mentee. So these are the 6 aspects after you find mentor, or in the process of finding a right mentor. So this is all the different attributes about mentoring and how you can find a mentor. So any questions or any reflections that you have in your life about finding a mentor, or you have already found a mentor and you're working with him? Any reflections from any of you mind masters? No reflection? Hello?
I have found mine, sir.
Is he a right one?
For sure, yes, sir.
Any other reflections from you, mind masters?
Yes, sir. Even I have found mine.
Great.
Even me.
Even you, great. Which aspect of your life you have a mentor, mind master Shamida? For any particular skills or in general?
In general, it's my parents. In particular, in public speaking, I had one. I had the best one, in fact, I can say.
Great. Great. And what about you, mind master Umair?
Yes, sir.
You have a mentor too?
Yes, sir.
And which aspect of your life is mentoring you?
First is my parents. First is my parents, and then for core values, I have a mentor. I have many mentors for core values, but like my teachers, um, Muhammad Raj Muhammad sir. But
Great.
he's not teaching me now. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like I left him. Like he's not teaching us anymore. So now it's my parents and some teachers.
Great, mind master Umair. See, for the it's not necessary that he has to be a particular person who is an international figure. It could be your friend. It could be your teacher. It could be your parent. It could be anyone around you. Who can offer some time, who can offer some genuine tip to you so that you can enhance your quality of life. That is what mentoring is all about. So with that note, I wish you all a very, wish you all the very best in your journey forward. You all try to have your goal set, try to have self-awareness about your core values, and try to see various aspects in life where you can engage with different mentors. For sure, engaging with different mentors is going to help you a long way as you move forward in life. Any other questions? No questions?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can we say that you are a mentor, sir, to us? A genuine one?
Partially, yes. But when you talk about mentor, you must be working with the mentor on a regular basis. Okay, regular basis. Go back to him. Now what we do is kind of mind guru activity here, right? But if you are like, I think Mind Master Shamita was telling, like she has a mentor in terms of communication. So when she is doing that, she may be preparing her speech, going to the mentor, trying to get it corrected and things like that. So that he is a mentor in that case. But if you are calling me as a mentor, what we are doing here on a bi-weekly basis is just this program Mind Guru. But on top of it, if you are coming to me on different any particular aspect in life, you want to enhance certain thing, then probably you can, or you may call me as a mentor. So that in mentor there will be a deep relationship or deep bonding between the mentee and mentor, who talks in detail about whatever aspect you are trying to enhance. So the objective or the goal on that particular bonding between mentor and mentee is important. So partially, yes, you can say, but not a full-time mentor, right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other questions? If not, thank you, Mind Master Anaga, for giving me this opportunity. Back to you.
Thank you, sir. That was a wonderful and helpful workshop session conducted by Murli, sir.
Thank you.
Now, we have the extempo session conducting by Mind Master Murunmai. She is a 9th grader. She studies in Indian International School, Jubel. Currently, she is finding what she is good at. Please help me welcome Mind Master Murunmai.
Thank you so much, Mind Master Anaga, for such a lovely introduction. Hello and good evening to one and all. Myself Nirmay, your today's extempo master. So, first of all, I would like to introduce my role to all. As the extempo master, my role is to invite speakers to speak on a topic. Before that, I would like to invite the timer to make you comfortable with the time limits.
Huh. Hi, good evening, everybody. Today I am Mohammed Umair Kazim. I am the timer, and and more than 1 minute, you will get a green card, and then 2 minutes 13 seconds you will get a 2 minutes 20 seconds you'll get a yellow card. No, 1 minute 20 seconds you'll get a yellow card, and 2 minutes you will get a red card. I hope that's clear. Now we will invite our speakers to start.
Thank you so much, Man Master Umair. So, the first topic is health is wealth. We have always heard this phrase, but do you agree with it and why? I repeat, health is wealth is a phrase we have always heard. Do you agree with it and why? For this topic, I would like to call my Master Shamita.
Good evening, respected mind gurus and mind masters. The topic given to me is health is wealth. Do I agree or not? Yes, of course, I agree to this statement because I have experienced it in my real life also, and I have heard some people saying that too. When I was a grade 6 student, my teacher used to say that each and everyone should have a savings in their life. So from that day, I decided that I would save something or the other to enhance my quality of life. So one day, my father said, what you have saved these many days? You told me that you are saving something. So I said that I saved some monies, I saved some toffees too. Uh, then I saved some respect, what others told me and others gave me. So, yes, these are the things I earned and I saved. So, I said this to him. But he said me something which is very important. He said that if health is not there with you, then what all you have earned, you can't enjoy that in your life. You won't have the time to enjoy that. So, I always agree in the fact that health is wealth always. Thank you.
That was indeed wonderful, my master. Now, I would like to announce.
Extempore master, my master, my one small announcement. Uh, we will have to
Sir, your
wind up.
voice isn't audible.
Yeah. Can you hear me now, my master and my?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we may be running short on time because of a small engagement. So maybe we can have this topic as the last topic for this particular extempore session, my master.
Thanks, no problem.
Thank you. Back to you.
So now I would like to announce the second topic, which is imagine you got 1000 riyals for a day. How will you spend it? I repeat, imagine you got 1000 riyals for a day. How will you spend it? For this topic, I would like to call our star of the day, my master Anaka.
Thank you, Mind Master Muranmai. So, the topic given to me is if I imagine I got 1000 reals for a day, how would I spend it? I would try to spend it wisely, and I will donate the money to people who need it. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. I thoroughly enjoyed my role today as first time being the extempo master, and I thank my master Aisha for giving me this opportunity again. So yeah, over to star of the day.
Thank you very much. That was a wonderful and That was a wonderful session conducted by Mind Master Murunme. Now we have the evaluation session conducting by Mind Master Aisha. She is a ninth grader. She studies in Indian International School Jebel. Her hobbies are reading, crocheting, and singing. She loves dancing too. Please help me welcome Mind Master Aisha.
Thank you, my master Anaka, for the wonderful introduction. And first of all, I would like to invite the timer for the meeting, my master Umer, to read out the timings for the two speakers.
Okay. Okay. Okay, for these speeches, Mind Master Aisha, she has 8 minutes 3 seconds, and for the extempo session, we have, and for the extempo session, the Shamita Rajesha, she spoke for 1 minute 20 seconds, and and then Mind Master Anaga, she spoke for 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you, my master Umer. And first of all, I would like to evaluate my master Shamita's extempo speech. And my master Shamita, you spoke for 1 minute and 20 seconds, which is a very good timing. And you spoke with an example of when you were a sixth grader. Your teacher told that you have to save something in your life, and when you had a conversation with your father about that, you have a very reasonable uh, example with you, and I liked your speech very much. Good timing, and yeah, nice overall, it was good. And now my Mastanaka's speech, uh, and you spoke for 30 seconds, which is a little amount of time, and you have to speak for at least 1 minute, 1 minute 15 seconds. So if you can please increase please increase the timing when you speak for external session. And after that, yeah, you told about you will donate the money you get 1000 real for a day, which was very good, very kind of you. So donating is very good to poor people who really need them. So poor people who need clothes, daily necessities. So that was wonderful. Overall, it was good. So thank you. Over to you, sir of the day.
Uh, my Master Aisha, if I may do the evaluation for your prepared
Yeah.
speech, that will be wonderful. If I may do so.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, Mind Masters and Founder Director of Mind Academy, Murli Krishnan sir, and all the guests, Madam Mudra, Madam Viveka, good evening to all. So, let me take this opportunity to congratulate Mind Master Aisha, first of all, to volunteering herself to present a speech. That was indeed commendable gesture from your side, Mind Master Aisha. Great leadership skills and also wonderful presentation skills. Now, let me make a request here, first of all. You did a wonderful speech. So can you make it into a presentation, a PDF format, and put it in our group? That was a lot of information and data, which is worthwhile keeping it as a collection for us all to ponder upon whenever we need. Started from barter system, how the data started flowing out, the currency formats, the exchange system, the commodity money, how the metallic money came into the flow and occurrence, and the paper money, how the paper money had backing. Oof, that was quite a lot of information worth registering as a written document. That is also another way of passing it on. The 5 levels of mastery, if you see the 5th level is pass it on. Start writing when you listen, when you speak, when you read, when you write, your communication gets developed, and also you get more and more data to gather. So that was quite a great presentation which you did. But one part on the other side which I would like to recommend you to work upon is, if you see the standard structure of speech stability in MindGuru is 4 to 6 minutes. You overshoot the time by more than 2 minutes. So you can work upon it, But that was really an amazing and inspiring speech because you have a lot of data. It was a great research which you have done. So that was very nice. But only thing is, time is also precious. We have to then identify what is the prioritized information which we should share. But again, I would like to re-emphasize on the request, please make it as a PDF, share it in our group. Worth reading it time and again. Congratulations and back to you.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. That was indeed an helpful session to all the speakers and Mind Master Aisha. So now it is time to wind up the session. It has been a pleasure being the star of the day. Now I hand over the mic to Mind Master Manav. Once again, thank you everyone.
That was a wonderful session, and I learned a lot from your workshop, Murli. It was very interactive and very interesting. I absolutely loved it. Then the speech given by Mind Master Aisha, that was also very enjoyable. Then I noticed this thing. I think Mind Master Umesh, he was the timer, right? So the time that was given by him was 8 minutes, 3 seconds, and 44 milliseconds. Now, I've never seen a timer who specifies things like milliseconds, and that is really applaudable because he kind of gave interest into that small amount of time. Keep it up, Mind Master Umer.
Thank you.
Now, I'd like to invite Murli sir to have his opinion about today's session.
Thank you, Mind Master Manav, for inviting me to speak. Indeed, as you said, a very valuable session. Learned a lot from each one of you. And it's so nice of you pointing out the milliseconds which Mind Master Umer has highlighted. Both of them, you represent some kind of learning. One, looking at the details, and you complimenting him with your comments about those details in itself is a positive thing, and this is what we should inculcate in each one of us as we move forward. Even though we had only one speaker, that was more than enough to cover up the whole session. With as Balangal rightly said, it is indeed a worthwhile effort to put it as a PDF file. And this is a message for all of you. When you do research about things, when you learn new things, try to put it as a document, and we will find a place to upload these things. And maybe a year later or 2 years down the line, if you look back, you will see what are all the new information that you have gained through this process, one for yourself and also for all the other people who are in the process of learning new things. Great speech and great effort, indeed. Well reserved, what you call it, well researched speech, Mindmaster Aisha. You have put in efforts to understand the details about and that too, it's not an easy subject. People, even many elders, then they don't know the tips and tricks about money and money management. So indeed a great effort from you. And Mindmaster Anaga, great job, to the point. Even taking the introduction, she has sent message to each one of us for introduction. Even today, when the agenda there was a change, she was on top of it to understand about the introduction, and the way it was given, she just was there on top of it to ensure that things are done in a very professional way. And to the TT topics, TT speakers, all done a great job. Hats off to you. Wish you all the very best. Back to you, Mindmaster Manav.
Thank you, Melissa. Next, I'd like to invite Bala sir to give his thoughts on today's session.
Thank you, Mindmaster Manav, for giving me this opportunity. It was a great learning session, an hour or so of time worth spent, and that is what it matters. It's like not the volume of hours we spend together, but what is the value which we share and care against each other, and that will enhance the overall learning process. And today was a great illustration of how we can dial in to bring in data where we can share it to our own mind masters and how we can add value to one another. That was a great illustration, as rightly said by Melissa. The start of the day anchored the session to precision. Wonderful Mindmaster Anaga, and a great delivery of topics from Mindmaster Mrinmai, the extempo master. And again, wearing different hats happens out to be so easy for Mindmaster Aisha. You want her to speak, she speaks. You want her to do evaluation, she does. Whatnot. Wonderful, great leadership skills exhibited by the director training team and her committee members, and also well led by the CEO himself. Great session, keep improving. There are a lot of areas to improve. We have to bring in more speeches, like how we had one great one today, and also we have to have more and more researched data, so that will be enhancement. So we have lots to improve and way to go. Congratulations for today's session, and all the very best for the improvements going forward, Mindmaster Manav. Back to you.
Now, I think we have a guest in here, Miss Viveka Shankar Ganesh. If she's present and seeing this session, I'd like to have her thoughts on today's session.
Madam Viveka?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am, please. You can share your thoughts, reflections. How did you find the whole session, ma'am?
Yeah, it was really good, and I can learn a kind of persons over here.
Wonderful, ma'am. Pleasure to have you in your midst. Looking forward to have you more and more in our session, ma'am. Thank you once again for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure, ma'am.
Now I think everything is done. So Mindmasters, do you have?
Mindmaster Manav, we have
Yes,
one
sir.
more guest, Madam
Yes,
Mudra.
still some more guest.
Yeah, there's one more guest,
Yes.
Madam Mudra. Ma'am, if you can share your thoughts and reflections, it will be helpful, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. This session was very good. It was my first session and I enjoyed it very much. And I look forward to attending more such enlightening sessions in future. Thank you, everyone.
Pleasure, ma'am. Kind of you to share those words, and it was indeed our pleasure to have you in our midst, ma'am. Thank you. Back to you,
Yes,
Mind
sir,
Master.
one more guest.
Yeah, we have one more guest, rightly said. We have soon to be Mind Master Abdul.
Thank you, sir. This was a very enjoyable session. I hope that I can come next section too. I had an enjoyable time coming with you guys, and it's a um, it's a really enjoyable session. I think I can come next week too, sir. Thank you so much.
Sure. Most welcome.
We'll be sharing with you the links and other details. Soon to be Mind Master Abdul. For sure, looking
Yes.
forward to have you in our next again.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you, Mind Master Manav.
Yes, sir. Now, Mind Masters, do you have anything to be discussed? Like any doubts or anything? Any doubts on today's session or today's workshop or anything? None? All right. So